This man is your 1998 champion. He's also appearing in his record-setting 21st Smackoff. Think about that for a minute. There have been 26 of these things. This guy has been in 21 of them. You can argue it's not actually a Smackoff if Stevie Carbone is not in the Smackoff. So let's go ahead and make it official right now. Let's make this a Smackoff. We go now to Steve Carbone. Stevie, it's great to have you back. How are you?
Jim, thanks for having me on. Look, I don't know who's going to win this thing today. Well, I kind of do, but I just know whoever it is hasn't called yet. Here's how I've got this thing stacked so far. The sports update at the bottom of the first hour, his update at the top of last hour, but then you got Clark Kellogg's 60-second take on Black Lives Matter on CBS Sports Network. That one's got a chance. Close race right now. And when did I afraid he turned into Trapper for his calls? Wrong show for that take, Kenneth. Jim, you just mentioned my history with this show. Coming into this year, 20 of 25 Smackoffs, 80%. No one's been in it more, yet I've won 4% of them. So I'm not sure what that says about me. I'm like that team in baseball who puts runners on base every inning, then hits under a buck with runners in scoring position. Maybe we should just stop talking about all the participation ribbons I've been getting in these things from now on. Okay, Jim? If you're not first, you're last. And if you're first, well, then you're from the 909 with a narcissistic personality disorder. I think one of the fascinating stories of today, Jim, is what you laid out earlier this week, and that was all the layers to the Brad and Sean storyline today. But one you forgot to mention was the layers to Brad's pure, unadulterated arrogance. You see what I did there? You totally thought I was going to go with the layers to Shawnee's neck rolls, didn't you? No way. I'm better than that. These guys have their personal battle today, fighting for number 6 and the rights to be referred to as the greatest caller in sports talk radio. Hold up now. Doesn't the Paul Feinbaum show have some Billy that calls them every day with SEC smack? Do you know what Cruton is, Jim? It's always a topic in SEC radio. Hey, Paul, thinking Bama needs good Cruton class this year to overtake Dabo and his boys? I'll hang up and listen. Cruton, it's a thing. How about you just hang up and never speak on national airwaves ever again? Jim, I'm real interested in how the NBA season is unfolding, but more so, how these players are going to navigate the guidelines they're laying down in the Orlando bubble. I know some teams are going to get cooped up figuring out defensive strategies and how do we contain LeBron and AD. I'm much more interested in how some teams design an offense to allow their side pieces into Orlando. You mean you expect them to be away for 2 months and not have sex with someone other than their wife? Here's what I want to know. Do the side pieces get their own room, or do they have to share with the wife? Or does it not even matter since the wives have turned a blind eye to it for years anyway? You might think that it's tough defending Russell Westbrook's speed, but I guarantee you these guys are much more worried about how quick they're going to have to sneak Angelique from Crazy Horse through the hotel back doors after lights out. Jim, I loved hearing JT on the show earlier this week. I especially loved that he hit me the diagonal on my JT the Brick bingo card. So check this out. Going from bottom left to top right on my card, I had Smackoff champ, national radio show, 6 figures at Merrill Lynch, knew I'd win, 2-decade career. I'm thinking of buying his book, but I just need a heads up. Does he lay out his resume again in the prologue or at the end of it? Keeping it in the Fox family, I saw that Jason Whitlock and Clay Travis joined him at Outkick Your Coverage. I guess Whitlock and Travis together proves there can be bad people on both sides. And Clay, I'm not sure how this dollar store version of Skip Bayless has gotten the run he has, but you sure found the right network. What's his show called again? I'm Not Racist, but I saw Dr. Fauci and Governor Newsom are requiring everyone to wear masks again, which is perfect for Clay, since that's how he attends all his meetings. And finally, yesterday at that article that came out, Jim, explaining all the ways to have a great call on the Smackoff, well, damn, if I didn't just have one that had self-deprecation, groupie smack, and impression, network smack, cracking on clones, old school and new school references, hey, that 5K would be nice, but I am much more interested in becoming part of the Two-Timers Club. This call was cut 2 minutes shorter because that's what Kyle Brandt told me to do. See ya, Jimmy.
Atta boy. Stevie Carbone. Well done. He is a former champ. He mentioned the $5,000. Let me reiterate, $5,000 to the winner today. Nothing for second place. $5,000 thanks to my pals at 4 Sharp Corners, the world's largest seller of PSA graded sports cards. They buy and they sell the highest quality, highest graded sports cards. You can find them at 4sharpcorners.com. Stevie Carbone. Appreciate you, Steve. Nice job.